Hello, everyone. What is going on? My name is Tim Petey, and welcome back to the TNT Podcast, episode 102. Let's just jump right in. We're starting later than we meant to, but as always, on my right,
It's Friedman, also known as Andrew, but mostly known as Friedman.
and I'm
just Tyler.
Oh my god.
The amazing COVID-19, because
Oh my fucking god!
Disease
All right,
scarier
let's
than
start.
AIDS,
We're
man.
jumping in. Halo Combat Evolve.
Okay. Well, we are gonna jump right in because we got
We're
video
just jumping.
games to play, including as
Halo.
anyone who watches this podcast probably has watched the videos on the channel, but last week me and Friedman said, hey, we're going to do a Magic only podcast because Tyler's not here. And then all of a sudden on Tuesday during the day, I got messaged and just saw Halo is out on PC, and I was like, what? And lo and behold, Halo 1 just came out on Master Chief Collection on PC out of nowhere on Tuesday. So me and Freeman had to play that a bunch, and then me and
This is
Tyler
some
started
advanced
recording
level
it.
hype building where you just straight up don't.
No, I mean it worked for Eminem with his last album. Okay, he literally just
Damn.
threw that shit out there, and everybody's like, "Oh fuck, this is hot."
Well,
And I think that's what happened because everybody was playing Halo all week.
oh hell yeah, dude!
When it came out.
I mean, we would have already beaten Halo 1 just for the LP together. If it hadn't come out on Tuesday, when on Thursday during the day I was driving back to New Jersey for a long weekend.
You should have just stayed home.
Well, so
But he didn't have a
last
choice.
night, funny enough, I mean, Tyler, as you know, last night I literally came back from my drive from New Jersey to Ohio, and we booted up Halo and played through another session.
That is true. That is true.
And honestly, after you do anime tomorrow, we'll probably do another one, which is gonna be the worst session, and then we'll finish it off probably by the end of this week and just be done with Halo already.
Yeah, that's how it goes. We definitely got some funny clips.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Dude, this game is still so good. It's crazy. Okay, so because it's not on the channel though, Friedman, did you play anything beyond what we played?
No, I haven't.
Much sadness.
I haven't had any time to.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know damn well he wouldn't be playing that shit by himself anyway.
Yeah, well.
Not
maybe.
until Monster Hunter's done.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
Yo,
say.
man,
I was gonna say
Monster
post
Hunter.
podcast.
Done. Get the fuck out of here.
I was gonna say post podcast, and then I went, "Oh yeah, you're still gonna do Monster Hunter. You got the Wildlands shit.
Yeah,
He's literally never gonna be done with Monster Hunter.
I will be.
Probably true.
I was done with
Sure.
regular Monster Hunter World
That's true.
once they stopped updating it.
Yo, man, how long did it take you to be done with Persona 5?
150 hours.
I still haven't beaten Persona 5.
Yeah, I gotta start
took
Persona
us
5R
how
pretty
many
soon, so I gotta clear my
episodes?
schedule.
Eighty.
Like
Like
50
100
episodes?
To be fair, Aiden, you're the king of having unfinished gaming projects you're working on
Yes.
at one time.
I don't want to look at my Steam DB shit. Because like I probably
Yeah.
have like a 6% played rate.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I will say this. The remaster of Halo 1 looks just as good as it did on Xbox, if not better, and runs really well and is still a blast to play. And it's playing Halo 1 with mouse and keyboard feels a little weird, but it's been working really well. Although I mentioned this in the LP at the start with Tyler, but those controls needed to be rebound immediately. I'm pretty sure
that
I
was
played it
weird.
first and told all three of you, and you all ended up changing as well.
Yeah, having everything bound to the numbers was unusual.
Yeah, it was odd, but luckily once you get it right, the game feels fucking great. As me and Tyler know from having spent almost 2 hours playing it yesterday. It's also funny to be showing off new things. Like Aiden and Tyler both didn't know that guns can get stuck in the geometry, and if you shoot them, they spin at hypersonic speeds. Tyler didn't know about the shortcut where you jump off the bridge on Assault in the Control Room. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Man, I wasn't that experimental back in the day.
That's fair. Aiden, did you know about that one at least?
No.
Wow, jeez.
Hey man, I didn't have an Xbox. I played through all of Halo at my friend's house.
Oh, okay, that's weird. But yeah,
Quite a challenge.
I was a Sony boy.
But yeah, look forward to probably by next podcast we'll be done. Me and Tyler will be done. I just don't know if all the videos will be out because of the release schedule. But yeah, we're gonna blaze through that shit. It was funny when I was home on Sunday. Tyler's like, "Yo, Tim, you should have brought your computer so we could have played some Halo while you were here."
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
dude.
But speaking of the Microsoft, Sony, and in this case the other big third, there is
Tyler,
another player.
you dropped the news.
Yeah.
Yo, fucking Reggie Fils-Aimé, the man who was president of Nintendo of America.
The man who was about kicking ass and taking names, but while Nintendo was all about making games. Our boy
He-
Reggie.
Our boy Reggie, it was announced yesterday that he is now on the board of directors for GameStop. Fucking what?
Yes, right?
Like, I
thought
saw
he
it
was
and I'm like,
retired.
wait a minute. Yeah, he said he was retired. And then this news broke yesterday, and it's basically like, I guess, some kind of last-ditch effort by
To be fair,
GameStop.
this could easily be a PR move. Like the board of directors like doesn't super directly control policy. They kind of just control who's at the top.
They mostly just let the chairman of the board do what he wants, and if they don't like it, they can overrule it.
Yeah.
But
It's
so
not
they
like
got
it's not
him-
like he's the CEO of the company.
No,
No, he's
I know
basically an
that.
advisor.
Yeah, he's an advisor, but he's not the only person who's on there. Who else was on it? Oh
Let's
yeah,
find out.
It's like the dude
Bill-
from Walmart.
Bill
is on there.
Simon. No, Bill Simon. I don't know who Bill Simon is. PetSmart CEO, J.K. Semantic. I don't know. He got some really big wigs though. Like working on this like restructure. Like GameStop plans on going through this huge restructure, I guess, and like this is a part of it. And actually, I just read in a Gama Sutra article when I was scrolling that Game Informer even did some like layoffs to, I guess, add to the restructure. Cough, cough,
Interesting.
pay off Reggie. Cough, cough.
Damn.
Dude, you know he's got to be worth so much money. Like the name alone.
I mean, that's
Right.
fine, but like, what does that do for GameStop?
We
It's
don't
PR.
know.
I mean,
Right
yeah,
now-
but it's like, who's gonna? Oh, Reggie's on the board of directors. Let me go buy a 3DS. Oh wait,
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
it's
man.
more. They're more hoping like, oh, Reggie's on the board of directors. Let's go. Why don't we all go to GameStop and buy a bunch of Funko Pops?
Oh
Eh,
God.
maybe.
But like, I don't know. It's gonna be weird. Honestly, I'm probably never gonna. I haven't shopped at a GameStop in God probably since college, and I still don't. And even with Reggie there, it's not gonna really influence me to start going there again. Who I don't know who I was talking to, but like, I I think I was talking to Mike Aiden about this. How like it doesn't feel like a store anymore, right? It just feels like a place where you buy games, right? Because like any place that is like a hobby kind of place, you go there and like the people there are like knowledgeable about the hobby, right? Like you go to a comic store, or Tim is very knowledgeable about card shops,
Yeah.
right? You go there and like you run into other people who are about it, right?
Right.
But like GameStop used to be like that, like FuncoLand, EB Games, like that string of places. But now it's not that much anymore. It's mostly for, excuse my nomenclature, normies to go and pick up games, like for their kids and stuff like that. And like that's who it's like marketed to. Like the GameStop and like game stores like that we used to know don't exist anymore, unless they're like mom and pop shops that miraculously haven't gotten bought out yet.
Digital
Yeah.
press.
Yeah, digital.
It's just like
yeah,
barely a
digital
thing
press.
for video games anymore.
Yeah, like well, there aren't that many of those left, right? Like digital press is like one of the few ones around here that like are still around, and you have to hunt for those, right? When these things used to be on every corner. So I don't know. I mean, Nintendo of America did a good job. Maybe Reggie will bring some insight, or maybe it's just about the dollars, man. Maybe he just wants another solid gold Corvette or something like that. Who knows?
Jesus.
But we'll see.
Look, Reggie is a businessman first and foremost, so he knows where the money is. And
Yeah, I
it
mean,
may
I'm
not
not
necessarily be GameStop, but it may definitely be the board of directors of GameStop.
true. I mean, I'm not gonna like flame him for it. I'm just like, right, like at the end of the day, like how, what does GameStop plan to do, especially with this restructure? And how do they plan to change? And if like they're trying to bring either the old crowd back or a completely new crowd, like what's like, how are they gonna do that?
Make
But
them
I'm
all
interested.
barcades.
Make them all yeah, because they do so well. Mhm. Yo, barcades never do well. Every barcade I've seen has like gone down the shitter, except for apparently this one in Hoboken.
That's because they're two extremely contradictory activities.
Dude, for real. And it's like, honestly, I thought about it because I went to one quite a few times, and it's like, do you really want to trust drunk motherfuckers
Oh, they
with
just
your
break
shit?
machines. It's so annoying.
Yeah, they all they do is break machines. And it's like, yo, the only games you'll ever see at a bar is like those fucking those deer hunt games and the golden tee. Cause the golden tee only has a fucking ball on it and a few buttons. That's it. Nothing complicated about it. Oh, and the deer hunt guns. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't really, well, you can break the guns, but the golden tees like live forever.
I don't know. Last time I went, they had. I think John Tron did a video on this game, Narc.
Yeah.
Narc.
Yeah, where you're just playing as these you're playing these like police, and you're just shooting up every drug dealer around, and they just keep dropping bags of cocaine.
That game?
I was shocked to see it at Barcade in Jersey City.
Oh wow! Wait, like an actual arcade cabinet?
Yes,
Whoa! Did you know they sold that game for $20 when it first came out?
really?
Yes. In fact, they posted it on the box of the game. So that's why I'm shocked. That game, it got a quiet release, and it never got a sequel. It was supposed to be like a true crime clone, and it just kind of flopped. I'm surprised it's still around.
I mean, it may not still be there. It's been a couple years to saw it, but I was in shock because it was like the week after that video came out. I went there.
That is funny. But yeah, so I don't know. Reggie doing stuff. Whatever, we'll see. There's no clean transition to the next topic.
Might as well just go for it.
I mean, GameStop
Yeah.
is basically as bad as the Gulag at this point. So
See, there you go. Speaking of gulags,
God damn
Call
it.
of Duty. Well, I don't know. It started really. Was it last month? It got leaked that Call of Duty was putting out some kind of battle royale game type for
Yeah. It-
yeah.
It was just a whisper on the wind then.
Yeah, right. And then the whole thing got leaked like too early. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was last week.
No, it was
Like-
a few weeks ago that a lot of stuff got leaked, and they just they like scrambled the jets and took down everything that they possibly could about it. But then,
Yeah.
like the patch that they had, like a little pre-patch where it added that 5th slot in the main menu, and it's like, okay. I mean, you're not hiding it anymore now, so
What
like,
could
what the
this
fuck?
be? Who knows? Motherfucker, we know it's fucking PUBG. I mean, Warzone.
Yes.
And Aiden and I played around. Well, it's more Aiden played around. I literally parachuted in and got fucking blown away by a dude with a
We
shotgun.
we dropped in Chinky, got no guns, and blown the fuck away. That's what happened.
I'm like, yes, I missed this game.
Battle Royale at its core.
But yo, so
Yes.
this one's kind of interesting though. So when you die, right, you don't actually quote unquote die. You get sent to the gulag.
I thought you were gonna say you
Right.
get sent to another world where you get reincarnated.
I mean,
as the
yes.
same thing you started off as.
I don't want to equate Call of Duty to an isekai, okay?
I thought you were going for that joke, but whatever.
I mean, you basically do, right? You get there's a whole scene and everything where you get dragged into a prison cell, and so you get dropped into these showers, and you guys get guns, and whoever wins gets spawned back in, basically. Like it's like a loser's bracket. which is kind
Gotcha.
of an interesting concept.
So
But
that
if
way
you-
you still have fun even after you die, and it's not just game over.
Yes.
Yeah. So I
That
think
will
that's
only
cool.
happen one time, though. Your first death is the only time you go to the gulag.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That being said, if you die in the gulag, you can still be resurrected, like by your teammates, like Apex Legends, right? Apex Legends, you can revive down people like if they're dead.
Yeah. Apex Legends, you get to do it kind of for free, though.
Didn't they
You
add it
just
into
need to
Fortnite
grab
after
their
Apex
little
did it?
thing.
What?
Didn't Fortnite do it after Apex had it, where you like respawn people at the vans?
Wait.
I don't know. I don't
Fortnite, you
play
can.
Fortnite.
Point
I
is,
didn't
it's
know
now
you
like
could
a core
revive people.
mechanic.
Right. Like I don't know. I'll probably end up playing this one. I'm gonna try it a little bit more, see how I feel about it. I don't know. Seems cool so far. What I think is kind of funny is, if you get enough money, you can call down one of your custom loadouts that you have for multiplayer. So that's
Oh,
kind of neat,
cool.
and like other stuff too. So I don't know. I'll give that a try, like a full try this weekend probably. I'm not gonna have a lot of time to play much this week, but
Yeah, tonight wasn't much of a try.
yeah, we literally just jumped in for one match just to see how it was, and like I kind of wanted to play one round just so I can talk about it on here, just to
Yeah.
explain the experience.
I'm a very dark part of me kind of wishes we had hardcore Warzone. I just want hardcore.
I kind of want that too. But the balancing wouldn't allow for it too much though.
Bro, what balancing? I had full plate and got one shot, Tyler. What
That
balance?
is true. You did get fucking demolished by that guy. And the thing, you returned fire on him, you shot him a couple times, and he literally just one shot you. I'm like, oh, okay. It wasn't even a
Yeah.
headshot either. He literally just fucking hit you center mass and you were gone.
It must have been an AX50. That's the only thing I can think of. He
Oh,
got a
and then
stacked AX50.
let's not forget when you went to the gulag, you point blank shot this dude with the deagle, and the dude just turns around and one shots you instead.
Damn.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait a
above it.
minute. Something ain't right here.
No, it's fine. It happens.
So maybe some things are broken, but it's still early. It's still early. I don't like the one thing I'm not a fan of. This whole 3-man squad shit needs to stop.
Yeah, especially since every vehicle in this fucking mode is for 4 people.
Yeah, go. Like what? Like I
okay.
blame Destiny too. Destiny, at least as far as I know, popularized the 3-man fucking teams, and I
Yeah,
don't
it
like it.
sucks.
Yeah.
Everyone knows it's 4 for video games. There are 4 GameCube controllers, 4 N64 controllers.
That's what I'm
everything had
saying.
4 ports.
7 players on PlayStation 3. It's obvious what they should be.
7 players on PlayStation 3. Yo, but you had to get the multiplayer. The was it the adapter?
Oh, for PS2, you had to like
PS2 and
you had
1.
to
You had to
plug an
get the
adapter into an adapter.
Yeah. For 4 players.
I can't believe their official way to support 4-player, which a bunch of games did, was just daisy chain these things together.
No, it wasn't a daisy chain though.
Didn't they only sell like 2-person splitters, or they sold the 4-person splitter?
No, they sold a 4-person splitter. It looked like a fucking boomerang. For PS1 at least. I don't remember what the PS2 one looked like. Because honestly, who played multiplayer games on PS2? Like, let's talk about this. Like,
What is that?
so what is what?
What is multiplayer games on PS2?
Yo, I'm being for real. So
You know,
alright,
these kids
feel
who grew
you.
up to play
the
FIFA.
games you play on PS2 are like Gran Turismo and like Tekken, right?
Tekken.
Like those are Tekken.
Settlers of Catan.
Stop. Oh my god. And it's like the 4-player games you played, right? It's like Super Smash Brothers or Time Splitters, right?
Okay,
Some
so it'll let you
GameCube
play
shit.
the James Bond games, which had 4-player thanks to like GameCube.
Mhm.
I'm going through the list. There's a lot. Crash Nitro Racing, literally every sports game imaginable.
Yeah, but that's like those aren't like real. Those aren't games that like
They
motherfuckers
aren't
would play.
real. Damn.
Yeah,
Hold on, I'll
you're
find
right.
something on here.
Crash Team Racing. was good.
Guitar Hero World Tour, which came out way into like the next generation's life cycle.
Oh,
But
right,
who
yeah.
had the money for the fucking splitter?
The splitter
know.
wasn't that much money. It was
But
like
no one
30
actually
bucks.
could get their parents to buy the splitter.
What do you mean? There's a ton of privileged kids who just screamed and yelled.
Yeah,
Quake
well,
3.
My point stands. My point actually
Yo,
just
Quake
stands.
3, Quake 3 is
Quake
fine.
3 is a good game though.
But you're telling me
The Simpsons Hit and Run. Shrek
Who
Super
played
Slam.
no. The answer is no. No one.
Why was there
Yo,
4-player for this?
That's what I'm saying. Because no one played 4-player on those games ever.
Why did you have 4-player Tiger Woods PGA Tour? Who needs 4 players for a golf video?
well,
game?
they could have also just done the Mario Golf thing where it's just hand off the controller.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that's probably how that worked. I feel like
Yeah,
4
there's
players are-
hardly any good games. It was basically everything that ported over from GameCube that could support 4 players did on PS2. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving
point.
on.
Yeah, moving on to single player games.
Yo, I'm excited for this because I know I
Official
want to play this.
confirmation.
This is weird, and I put it on because it's weird. Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to the PC.
Confirmed now.
It's
Confirmed.
finally happening.
Yeah,
If
confirmed.
Evangelion was any indication of what the Human Instrumentality Project is, we're slowly approaching the video game Instrumentality Project, where it's just
Oh my
everything
God.
releases on PC.
I mean,
There is
I'm
no
okay with
release
that.
date outside of summer.
yeah, I honestly think this is a big fucking deal. I was talking to Aiden about it today at work. Like, how many Sony exclusives have come out on PC? Wait a minute, I'll answer that question.
Let's call
Goose
it.
egg.
Yeah, let's call
Yeah,
it.
this is the start of a new paradigm.
Yeah, like I'm actually very interested in seeing how this goes. Will I be buying a PS5? Will this go in the same route as Xbox Ones, where I don't have to buy an Xbox One because Xbox exclusives are coming out on PC?
No.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably not.
Maybe.
No.
Probably
Sony
not.
Sony ain't going
Maybe.
that hard.
Dude, why
Uh,
would they? But why would
They
they
might
put
be
down
feeling it.
Horizon Zero Dawn though? That's like a flagship title.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe we're gonna get the announcement for 2 by the end of this year.
Yeah, they haven't mentioned anything about a sequel, because if this is just like a one-off game that's not getting a sequel, I'd understand them.
It's
patching it for
supposed to
PC.
get a sequel on PS5.
Okay, then it
Like,
makes no
maybe
sense.
Sony's like, hey man, instead of doing these remasters that are like, because maybe this is it, because of backwards compatibility, we don't need to do those remasters that everything on the PS3 and PS4 did when there was like all those collections like Uncharted and all that shit that was barely a remaster. Like, instead, how do we build hype and have a new version of this game that people spend money on? Put it on PC.
Or get people to oh god, I just realized. Or put it out to a wider audience as a tasting. So that when PS5 comes out,
More people are hyped for 2 who don't
Yeah.
currently own a PS5, and then bam, they buy the console.
yes.
It's all a hype
shit.
thing.
The first
There it
hit
is.
is
The long
free is the mentality of this.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yo, alright, I see the code now. I get it. Totally understand now. It's actually quite a play though.
I heard great things about this game, so I'm the PC player who will pick this up now.
Oh, such a
I
good.
saw you playing it for a little bit, Tyler, when we were at the house, and it looked interesting.
I love it.
Yeah, it was kind of fucking a shot in the dark, shot in the dark from Gorilla too, because they like this is just out of left field from them.
Yeah.
Like they just did Killzone for years, and then they're like, "Hey, giant robot
Yeah, it's a
dinosaurs."
very different game.
I know this isn't a surprise, but it is the complete edition, so it has the expansion pack and a bunch of outfits and stuff.
Outfits for my waifu?
Well,
Must buy.
Yes.
look, I'm just listing what's
Aloy.
on here.
No, I'm not disputing it. I'm just saying.
No, I know, but I was like hoping to save the waifu talk for what's about to.
That's right, because it's time for the Weeb
Oh, God.
shit.
Jesus.
Fuck, I don't have my soundboard open for the WoW sound effects thing. Anyway, decent amount of announcements and some bullshit news in here, as always. The first is the one thing that's pissing me off more than anything else in the world is that another anime is getting delayed thanks to coronavirus. As most of China knows, and some weebs outside of China, because no one really cares about the show, Railgun T was arguably the biggest anime airing this season, and it's now on its third planned delay. And that was like the biggest. Like JC staff is funneling all the money they saved doing Food Wars into this show, and it's fucked. So the question is, what was going to be next? And the one that no one wanted to hear, ReZero season 2 is going to get delayed till summer 2020. And this started building up enough controversy that one of the more famous voice actors in Japan, who's not affiliated with ReZero in any way, anyone who watches Evangelion, she voiced Shinji in all iterations of Evangelion, as well as several other shows. But she went and made this big statement about, like, fans, we know you're like very passionate, but like, please do not threaten the studios. This is not their fault. No one could have accounted for this. It's not a personal affront to you. They don't mean ill will because they have to delay these shows. They're delaying them because they literally cannot get animation frames out of China right now. Damn. Like there's literally no way to ship these frames out of China. So the whole, the voice actor community is kind of banding together because everyone's facing shit on Twitter about this, even though it's not their fault. The internet was a huge mistake. And I'm pissed. This is just a terrible situation. I was so excited for ReZero. Although this does solve Val's problem of not being caught up in time for season 2, because now she has 12
now
more
you guys
weeks.
have more time to watch and catch up.
Yeah.
This is still bullshit. I don't
Silver
like
lining, whatever. Fuck it. I've waited since, 2015 when this came out? I don't want to wait 3 more months. I just want to know what happens next. I can't do this. What else is going to get delayed? Like, no one knows. We don't know what's going to get hit. Like, I thought Food Wars was going to get hit because it's JC
Everything's
staff,
getting hit.
But then they went and they just put out, like, the promotional image for the next season. So it sounds like they finished exporting the PowerPoint of Food Wars Season 5. So we should be good for that. But anything after that is, I don't know. And we won't find out until, like, 2 weeks before anything we're supposed to air, because that's how announcements work there. But speaking of 2 weeks before they come out announcements, Crunchyroll announced today that the Konosuba movie, which they are, I guess, the exclusive distributors for, they are going to be streaming it starting March 25th. I think this is just US. I don't think it's everywhere else. But it means that everyone who didn't have the luxury of seeing this comedic masterpiece in theaters now has the opportunity to stream it in their homes. And holy shit, everyone's going to watch this movie. This is hilarious.
Oh, I'm going to watch that movie again.
I will probably watch it.
First, I'm going to fast forward to a particular scene, and then I'm going to start it over and watch the whole thing again.
Dude, that fucking movie's just gold, though.
It's so good.
I'll eventually finish the show.
Aren't you, like, in season 2 now?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm getting there, man.
Season 2 is so good.
There's a lot of stuff.
It's so much better than season 1.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Anyway, but Crunchyroll did also announce they are finally going to be releasing the show on Blu-ray in the US with the dub. So everyone like me who actually like collects anime Blu-rays, rejoice. Crunchyroll's finally back in the distribution game. After losing their partnership with Funimation, they like stopped doing Blu-rays for a bit. It sounds like they're back in it. So I'm excited. Hopefully season 2 also gets a Blu-ray release, but we'll find out soon. Keeping on the topic of streaming services announcing shit, I believe it was last Thursday, because it must have been during our D&D game.
It was before I was back, that's for sure.
Yes. Oh no, it was before you were back? Alright, then it must have been... When the fuck was it then? Maybe it was Wednesday?
It might have been the week before.
No, it was because we talked about this like right before...
Are you sure it wasn't?
No, I'm trying to remember, because we were talking about this last week, because someone mentioned in the discussion thread for it on the anime subreddit that someone uploaded the entire Violet Evergarden movie to YouTube, and then we both downloaded it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna download it. Yeah, it was like Wednesday or Tuesday last week.
Yeah, but we found out because Netflix announced they're gonna have the first OVA coming at some point in March, I think. I think they're doing a big anime update on Friday, because Beastars is coming out on Friday. So I wouldn't be surprised the Violet Evergarden OVA comes out at that point as well, but I don't think they've given like an exact date. I'll have to check, but honestly at this point I'm too lazy. And if you care, you guys can Google it too. But for a date,
can't wait for this shit.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm curious. I'm pretty sure the OVAs are just gonna be like standalone stories that don't have like larger overarching impact, and just gonna be a chance for us to relive the magic of watching new episodes of Violet Evergarden. Whereas the movie is going to decimate us.
Look,
It's gonna tear us to
I'm
pieces.
ready.
It's gonna ruin us emotionally. Just like Bleach ruined me emotionally like 15 years ago. But speaking of Bleach, they're celebrating the I think 10-year anniversary of it, not of it ending. I don't know what anniversary. The point is, they had announced previously they were going to announce a new Bleach project at fuck, what's the name of this convention? It's just like I think Anime Japan 2020, the same one where they were going to announce all the stuff about Attack on Titan. But unfortunately, that convention was canceled again due to the Mexican beer disease. So they decided that all the big announcements are going to get streamed separately. I think Attack on Titan, they're deferring the announcement to a later time, so everyone's pissed. But they are going to do a stream for the Bleach Anniversary Project, and we're going to get our big announcement of like what the fuck this actually is on March 15th. So all you elder weebs who remember when the big three was a thing, get hyped because the first one to die. I don't want to say they're the first ones. I don't want to say they're the first ones to return because like Boruto and One Piece are still going, so neither of the other two big three are really dead. So Bleach is coming back from the dead. We'll find out in a couple days. And the last one, this is a stupid little piece of information I thought was funny, is that Hideo Kojima's been tweeting a lot about Made in Abyss. Apparently, he just saw it and he really likes it. And something about this just bothers me.
Death Stranding 2.
I can't put my
Death Stranding 2.
It's just Norman Reedus, but he's in the abyss.
It's Norman Reedus. Oh God.
He's transporting ancient cans of Monster in and out of the abyss.
I have the image in my head.
Dude, somebody's got to bring that villain his monster energy.
Oh my
God.
Yes, sir.
Someone's delivering all that shit to his base.
Yo, that'd be a profession, right? I mean, like,
I feel like going down is the easy part, but then the second half is impossible.
Yeah, that's why they just use pulleys.
But it's like, no, imagine in a video game sense. Like, imagine the first half of the game is just deceptively easy. You go through the maps, and then suddenly going at them in reverse is like just infinitely impossible in comparison.
It's you keep going down and everything's fine, and then you hit that hill that happened in the anime when what's it called? When what's his name uses
the porcupine attacks.
Well, no, remember when she has to climb a hill to get him
out
of there? Then that's like the first time it's like, oh shit, this is real.
So fun fact, that episode was anime original.
Oh, well, that could be the moment in the game where you're like, oh fuck, better not go uphill.
Point is, it sounds like a cool game design trick that Kojima is probably not going to touch. I can't imagine him saying, yes, I want to make the Stranded in Abyss video game.
I mean, he wants to make films, though. Maybe he wants to make a live-action Made in Abyss film.
I don't know how I feel about watching children die on camera. It feels a little weird.
Whoa!
Why would it be children? It would be just aged up.
Just Norman Reedus.
Yeah, just Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus is a robot with no emotions and arm cannons, so it's fine.
Oh my god! All right, but that's it for the weeb shit this week.
Wow, we are flying through this podcast. Holy shit!
Yeah, we flying, we going, boy.
Dude, there was not that much to talk about. We didn't have a topic. We just sat here and watched shows all week. I'll be back in 2 seconds if you guys want to start talking about what we played, watch, or did we want to on the spot come up with a topic?
Well, no, we can keep it short because we all have games we want to go play.
That is true.
But
hold on, real quick, listeners. If any of you have ideas for topics, put them in the comments. We're always looking for ideas because we're completely unoriginal. Can't think of anything
bad.
anymore.
Yeah, 100-something episodes. We're pretty bad at this.
Anyway.
Stuff.
Hold back 1 second.
Yeah, Freeman, you can go ahead. I'm going to talk about something that I watched and Tyler started watching. So last Thursday, Castlevania Season 3 came out. And in the span of 24 hours, Val and I finished the entire thing and watched the My Hero Academia animated movie.
Jesus.
It was a sick 24 hours of animation, but I'll wait to talk about the movie with Friedman because he went with us. But Castlevania Season 3 is so good. Like, this show has been a lot of, like... This show has been wild up till now. Me and Val absolutely love this show, but, like, Season 3 really kicked it up, and this show is not a good time. Like, there is...
Show's not a good time.
There is, the climax of this season is oh my god, everything just went wrong. There are 4 plot lines going on in this show at the same time. Every single plot line just swerved horribly within 5-minute span.
That's what I like it.
Fantastic.
Tyler, you're gonna love this season. Also, the animation is still fantastic. So we watched season 3 and it was great. And then we actually Freeman had never watched season 2, so me and Val started him on it on Sunday before we were hanging out with anybody else. And I'm just so impressed by not just like the animation and the writing and everything, but the way they've thought about things. My best example is, and Freeman, you can kind of attest to this. You came back, right? You're back. Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
I was talking about Castlevania. I commented to you how even after watching season 3, it's so cool to watch Sypha fight because she's a mage who doesn't go for the biggest and showiest things. She's not Megami.
I know. I'm not happy about this.
I'm not happy.
But she's good in her own way.
She is like, why stand 20 feet back and shoot fire in like a 20-foot cone when I could stand right up to a guy's face and shoot fire just at his face? That's like a little hose spray, but it's more effective. Or someone swinging at me. Why summon a whole like dome of ice over myself to shield myself when I could literally make a dinner plate of ice and perfectly like parry this guy's moves? And like Trevor with the whip in season 3, like the fighting is still so on point. Oh my god, it's just, and there's a really fucked up sequence that a different character actually goes through. Like, I don't want to describe this thing.
I'm only 2 episodes in.
Yeah, you definitely haven't seen anything yet. You have a lot of shit to go.
Yeah, because I'm watching Altered Carbon.
Well, you should have added that to the watch list.
Oh, what? Oh, into here?
Yeah, but no, it's fine. I'm kidding.
Then I will.
Well,
see, look. Boom.
Speaking of, I'll just say I'm the only one who's watched. Tyler, you're only 2 in. You plan on watching the rest, though?
Yeah, of course.
There are some sick moves and sick, like there's new techniques.
It's all
and stuff.
sick. It's great.
Awesome. Like I can't recommend, if you like season 1 at all, even like you're not sure about it, give season 2 a try, and I think you'll be hooked. If you're not, that's fair. No show is for everybody, but if you liked season 1 at all, I think you're gonna definitely enjoy 2 and 3. And I think we got Friedman interested in finishing it out after showing him a few episodes from season 2.
It's good. I might have to watch with subtitles because I still hate how unclear everyone speaks and
That's
how
fair.
low the voices are edited compared to the rest of the audio.
Mixing is a little weird. A lot of people are kind of whispering, like menacing.
Like the only character who actually speaks loudly and clearly just got fucking killed off. So I'm pissed.
Yeah, no, I can understand watching it with subtitles, but it's still a fantastic time, and
it's still very entertaining.
We talked about it when we saw My Hero, but like when line work shots where you can see the pencil lines and everything and how cool that is, like this show still loves doing these crazy fucking line drawing shots where it's like, look at all the animation that's happening.
Oh yeah, that pissed me off. They've used so many great shots for the full opening of season 2, but then they only show it at the first episode, and then for the rest they only give you the 15-second bit because they're like, you're too lazy to even skip the skip opening button. Yeah, so the full opening isn't in any episode but the first one, but it's so beautiful.
I don't think
I'm pissed it's not.
I don't even think in season 3 they had an opening. I don't remember, but like, because I think it's either the same way or they just didn't even have an opening. But Tyler, we can stick with Netflix originals for a second.
Oh, and what, me talking about Altered Carbon?
What other Netflix original have you been watching? None. Got him. Go ahead, Altered Carbon.
You're not wrong. Yo, I'm not happy with this season.
Really?
Not happy. Not happy at all.
Is it like not happy as in like it's good, but like it's quality, but you're unhappy with where it's going, or you just think it's bad?
No, I'm not. I don't think it's good at all.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So
the curse of the Netflix season 2.
Yeah. So you know what's funny though? Actually, season 2 of Punisher I thought was really good. Actually, and so was Daredevil. There's a couple. Castlevania season 2 was good. Altered Carbon season 2.
I'm kind of surprised.
So they don't do a lot of the cyberpunk stuff, in my opinion. Like, I wanted them to expand on, I guess, the world building, which I guess they kind of do, but they do it like on another planet. When I was already just trying to get used to like how Earth was working.
Whoa! Sorry, I didn't.
You know, every time I start getting into something,
No,
you
no,
always come
no.
up with another
No, no,
story.
no. This
Every
isn't a
time.
story. This is related to what you're talking about. I was curious that you didn't like Altered Carbon, so I wanted to check. On Rotten Tomatoes, season 1 was a 68 critic, 90 audience. Season 2 is a 83 critic, 37 audience.
You know, I'm not shocked.
Sorry, that's why I was just
Oh, okay.
surprised because I was floored by that low score. What a
Dude,
flip!
what a flip.
Yeah,
Because my thing is with it, right? There like I have a lot of problems with it. And I'll try to condense them as much as I can. Anthony Mackie, I love Anthony Mackie, but I don't think he plays the role that well. I don't think that was a good casting choice. I think they should have kept the original guy.
Oh, he replaced the main actor.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Through plot, like I mean it makes sense, but like Anthony Mackie, like he just like he tries to come off as this like tough guy, like noir kind of character, and like he clearly just isn't. Like he does not fit that build at all.
Oh, he doesn't feel believable watching him.
No, not at all. Um, and the story is just kind of lame. Like, you know, they got us to get used to all these other characters in the last season, and they don't even really bring them back. And we're like, okay, well, I guess fuck them. We're gonna do this thing, and this is kind of a spoiler. Well, it is a spoiler, but like not like too crazy. It's like 250 something years after the events of the first show.
So maybe that can. So Ty, I want to read you the first sentence from a 1.5-star review on Rotten Tomatoes and tell me what you think.
Okay.
Dystopian neo-noir masterpiece with a superb atmosphere, acting, and bold innovations turned to a generic sci-fi with more cliches than a low-budget sci-fi production.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Like they
Oof.
don't that like for like when he says generic like sci-fi, it really is like all the set pieces that they had in the original one, like they had like a basically like this brothel like that was up in the sky. They had like this um fighting den, and they had a ton of shots of the city. That was supposed to be like San Francisco or whatever, San Francisco.
San Francisco.
But
Hell
like
yeah.
none of that's here. It's a lot of shots like in the fucking woods or like in some stores, and like it goes into like these subplots about a character that we really don't give two shits about. And like all the originality that I felt came out of the first season. It's not there. I feel like it's missing a lot of substance. And I'm 6 episodes in, so I don't have really any sort of hope that it's gonna get better.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. Fuck it. I mean, I'm gonna finish it just to finish it, but I'm overall I am dissatisfied with this season.
Understandable.
A number of
Yeah.
comments on these audience reviews about how Mackie and other casting decisions really don't feel great.
Oh, so I'm not alone.
No, that it's not everyone, but there's a couple that are like,
Right.
"Hey, man, casting," but also they call Mackie by name.
And you know what though? They probably got Mackie because of how big of a name he was, and he was already tied to a bunch of other Netflix originals. Like he was in IO. I never saw that movie, but I planned on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in an episode of Black Mirror this past season.
Right.
So they were probably they probably got him just to boost viewings for this season. oh, we're gonna get an Avenger on this season,
Right.
But like, because no one knew who the last guy was.
Right.
Do you guys know who he is?
Absolutely not.
I would
Nope.
assume no.
Yeah. Well, so did you guys see the most recent RoboCop, the 2016 RoboCop
Nope.
or 15 RoboCop?
Nope.
Well, he played the main character in the new RoboCop.
Oh, cool.
I recommend it. It's not as ultra violent as the original RoboCop from the 80s, but I like it's pretty good. It's very depressing, so you know it's up my alley. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Do we want to talk about go back to anime?
Yeah, we should.
It was an
probably-
inevitability.
Let's
So-
go from depressed you to lighthearted.
So, I mentioned already that me, Val, and Friedman, in the middle of our Castlevania binge, randomly, totally by accident, decided to go watch the My Hero Academia Heroes Rising
By
movie.
accident, my ass.
Well, so here's the exact story. We were on the way to the mall with Val's sister to go see her other sister at work, and her other sister just casually makes a comment, "Oh, that Onward movie came out, but there's no way we could see it without all of us together, like both Val and both her sisters. Is there anything else? I wonder if there's anything else in theaters." And I pulled out my phone and I was like, "Oh, it'd be funny if My Hero was still, because it was out last week, but you know, most of these anime movies last one weekend." And lo and behold, it was still in theaters, and I was like, "Oh shit, do we want to try to see this while I'm in New Jersey for a minute?" And I shot Freeman a message, and he was on board, so the three of us just went to go see the movie together.
Even though we're supposed to hang out and do stuff, you know.
That was what you and
We
Leslie
weren't supposed
said.
to on
No one
Saturday.
actually said that.
What? We said that.
Yeah,
the
you two
few
said
days
that.
ago.
Yeah, you two said it on Friday, and then it was
Yeah,
like,
and they were
we'll
all like,
try.
even Val was like, "Oh, we could play our game on Saturday, and we could
Well,
play
no,
Luigi's
okay,
game
no.
on
Luigi
Sunday."
was
Well,
never
none
gonna
of
agree.
you addressed the fact that Luigi
Flippin'
raids on Saturday, so he
Yeah.
couldn't
This
hang out
script.
anyway.
Luigi wasn't happening no matter what.
I'm just saying.
It's fine, Tyler. We spent all day hanging out on Sunday.
I
It's
should
okay,
have
Tyler.
stayed home. I should have.
None of this
Oh
is
my God.
actually happening. They gotta come give you your meds.
Oh my god.
Oh, what?
Tyler, it's not your fault that we
So-
died in that crash. You just need to let it go.
Oh my god.
I wake up in Deskovic 5.
Oh shit! No, fuck
Jesus.
that.
But speaking
No,
of the
I've
My
been going
Hero
there
movie,
a lot
oh
lately
god.
too. I don't like it up there.
Nope.
It gives me
It's
the
okay.
heebie-jeebies.
No, this isn't the work podcast. Enough.
I know.
Yeah,
I
this is
don't
where we're
know.
talking about Weeb shit, god damn it.
Yeah,
Yes,
Weep Ship Part 2.
So yeah, we saw that My Hero movie. What do you think about it compared to the first one, Freeman?
So I think I told you kind of on the way out of the theater. I think that the first
Yeah, but
one
we weren't on to
had a
podcast.
better. No, I know, but I'm saying to you, this will sound familiar.
Yes.
Everyone else is new. The first movie was its own complete story that fits canon without making much of a problem and fills in one of the big, not holes, but one of the biggest problems I have with this show, and it's that it doesn't depict two characters working together at any point in the series except for this movie.
Well, because
with
by
the-
the time the movie came out, it already couldn't happen.
Yes. The villain
Flashback.
made sense in the first movie. It felt like it worked correctly. With the second movie, you have to kind of just like forget about it for some parts. Overall, if you look at the top tier ending animation sequence, I think 2 blows 1 out of the water.
So,
1 still has an amazing ending sequence, but 2 was
So-
some next level shit.
So 1 has like that 10 seconds of like pure excitement, you know, like that pose and the double punch and
The
everything.
running sequence leading up to it, basically just
Yeah.
Deku and someone else who won't be named.
But,
So we don't want to ruin the
like-
movie.
Like the last 3 minutes,
I think it was like 90 seconds of animation.
it
It's
felt
the second half
well,
of that
okay,
song.
but it felt like forever. It felt like,
Yes.
how is there this much animation happening right now? Like,
It was phenomenal.
so we've talked before about the feeling like, especially with that guy you've talked about, the animator that everyone knows,
Yusuke Nakamura.
how like sometimes it just feels like you can see the money being spent on the frames of animation. And it's like this movie, that entire sequence at the end of the fight where it's just music playing and no dialogue, no sound effects, just music and animation. And it's like every frame had so much money put into it. It's it's mind-boggling. It's like you feel the dollars slapping you in the face. Like, it's crazy how much money you're
there was
watching.
one shot in the middle of this 90 seconds where a character is just like, fuck it, I'm gonna melt the earth. And
Dude, it looks...
I've never seen a movie screen literally melt like that before.
It was wild. There is you put the most well-animated ass pole as the descriptor for this in the show notes. There is such an ass pole for the ending of this movie, and it...
I don't like the sound of that ass.
Yeah, they made it. They made
it's...
the stakes super high, and then the explanation for why they're not just pissed the living shit out of me. Especially because they tried to do something very mind blowing for this show, which a lot of people said was supposed to be the original concept for how
it would end.
The author wanted to, he had an original idea for how he wanted to do the All Might versus One for All fight, and it didn't pan out.
Right.
But this was basically his second take on how would I do that.
Gotcha.
But in order to get
when
it to
you
fit
see
in,
the
because,
movie, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. But in order to make it canon, which for some reason they decided they want all these movies to be, they have to just come up with a way to make sure the plot of the movie has zero bearing on the rest of the series.
Oh, man.
It's turning into Naruto again with what power can I add to the Rasengan in this movie?
Jesus.
Or which of Frieza's siblings are we going to fight this week?
So it was honestly a lot of fun. I actually would probably put it above the first movie, just because you feel like the other classmates are much more of characters that matter in this movie. In the other movie, it was like, let me do this one thing.
There was a small group that mattered, and the rest were, in their hotel room.
Yeah, or it's like, I did one thing. That's it. Actually, they did a really good job of making every character not just feel like one time they did a thing, but every character feel like they are actively contributing to this, crisis on an ongoing basis. No one is like, I did my one thing and I'm done. It's like, no, you're still fighting, still using new moves, still showing off cool stuff. I really like that it felt like it's a whole group effort, not just that Deku kid.
Yes, it was Class 1A of the movie, not just the Deku movie.
Yeah, that's a great...
Or as I called it going into this one, the Bakugo movie.
Yo, God, he did a lot.
Yeah, it was basically the Bakugo movie. I loved it.
Yeah. No, I like the villains. The villain's cool, and his design is really cool. I actually like his visual design a lot. All the villains are pretty neat. I will say... Friedman came out of that movie... So, one of the villains in this movie is named Chimera.
I didn't catch his name, so it took me a while to realize what the fuck was going on.
They only say his name once, so Freeman's like, man, that strong wolf guy that can also shoot fire and has crazy...
No, so it starts off, he looks like a wolf. I'm like, oh, so I guess his quirk is he's a wolf. And then he, throws off his coat and he has, lizard arms. I'm like, oh, so he's a wolf, but he's also a lizard. That must be his quirk. And then they start fighting when he's got super strength. I'm like, so super strength is his quirk, but he looks like a wolf lizard? And then... at one point, he starts breathing fire, and I'm like, that's it. I don't know what the fuck this guy's quirk is. Is he a wolf dragon? Is that just... yes, that was it? And then Tim's like, his name's Chimera. I'm like, okay, this makes a little more sense. But, I spent half the movie trying to figure out what this guy's quirk was.
That was pretty funny. But yeah, the other two villains that hang out are pretty cool powers. Yeah, no, it was a great time, and the animation was fantastic, especially that last sequence. If you're into My Hero, definitely find a way to watch it. Although I'm pretty sure it's going to be out of theaters by now.
Yeah, I think the Blu-ray is scheduled for April or May.
But then the next day, with everybody except Leslie hanging out, so Luigi and Tyler had joined us by then. We also watched this week's My Hero episode,
which was spoiled by the movie.
Which was very frustrating because it's like, hey, why are you holding that? Why don't you just put that on the ground?
Dude, yeah, that was fucking late enough. See, fuck this.
Tyler dude, I love Gentle Criminal, and Tyler's like, man, Gentle Criminal. Although I will say his quirk again is one of those quirks that it's like, okay, you're being clever here. This is a clever idea for a quirk, but it's also one of those open-ended quirks that's way too powerful. This
fucking air, really though?
Oh my god,
really?
So Aiden, you're never gonna watch this.
Probably not. And if
so-
I do,
no, I
it will
know.
be
It's-
long from now.
Yeah. So the current criminal is basically a YouTuber. And we just found out this week that his quirk is that he can basically add elasticity to things. Like there's a shot where he takes a steel beam and makes it elastic, and then he starts literally flicking it up and down like a rubber band or like a fucking jump rope, just flopping around. But the way they reveal this quirk is because one of the characters is leaping towards him to try to grab him and basically arrest him, and he just raises his hand, and the guy gets sucked in like it's fucking what's it called? Like saran wrap. He
Yeah,
like
that's what it
dives
looks
in,
like.
and he all of a sudden there's like this plastic wrapping all over him, and he goes, "Ah, my quirk is to make things elastic, including the air," and it's like.
It's like
What?
you were so
It's
close.
like-
That last
Oh,
sentence
God.
ruined your ability and made it
It's like-
stupid.
It's like if you could have done anything else, like even if he'd thrown his coat at him, and he got sucked into his coat because it like stretched and elongated and wrapped around him or something, that would have been better. But he's just like,
Hit him
nah,
with the
the
Doctor
air.
Strange.
Oh my god.
That makes me never want to watch this show. I gotta be perfectly
See,
honest with you.
Tyler hates this guy, but I think he's a funny villain.
Oh, I
It's-
love him. He's not supposed to be a serious villain, and I love it.
He's
no, he's
definitely
not supposed to be a serious villain.
He's not a
I just wanna
world-ending
get
threat.
back
He's
to
just
real
a
plot.
festival-ending threat.
Like, man,
Tyler,
who gives
Tyler.
a fuck about
if
making
this-
Ari happy? I
if-
don't give a
Tyler. If
No.
Ari isn't happy, then Val will never watch the show ever.
Tyler, I have really
Then you
bad
know
news
what?
for you. If you're
She
waiting
didn't
for
not
if you're waiting for
watch-
the show to get back to the plot, we just left the arc where we were in the plot and you didn't like it. So I've got really
Damn!
bad news. I've
No,
got
what are you
really
saying?
I've
I
got
liked
really
it.
bad news for you.
I liked it.
I thought you didn't.
No, I do.
I thought at like the start of the attack on the
No,
headquarters.
man,
you
you
were like,
guys missed what I said then. I said I did not like this extra shit in the middle of the plot about these characters. I don't give a fuck about.
oh,
No,
you
but
didn't
that
like
is the
sun-
plot. Like this is about the students. It's not about the other heroes.
No,
What? But that's
He
what
didn't
they-
want to leave and lose time on Deku. Like he didn't want to follow Red Riot around for an episode. That's what you're saying, right?
I don't feel like going around with Red Riot. I don't give a fuck about them. I
Or
didn't
like
give a fuck
Sun
about
Eater and all that.
Sun Eater. I don't like that. That just felt like a waste of time to me. It felt like filler. Like, so my whole thing with that was, and I'll explain it
Oh, man,
again,
then I have
'cause
super
apparently
bad
it was
news for you
fucking-
guys.
because apparently it was fucking missed the like.
This ain't you
Third or
guys.
fourth
This is
time.
Tyler.
What? No, what?
No, keep going. Keep
Oh,
going.
me? Yeah, fine. No, because I've explained this before. It was on the podcast. They already introduced all of these other characters to us, and it's like they got us all interested in them. It's like, all right, time to dump them out onto the floor until like we're gonna bring them back for filler, which is like right now. And it's like, why can't we just work with what we got for a bit? But like, no, we're gonna introduce all these other characters that like really don't fucking matter or feel like they don't matter.
I think part of the problem is that like it takes something like this movie to feel like you have enough time to like. I feel like the weekly format hurts what you're looking for when the show has this big of a main cast from Class 1A.
It's just
Like
it's-
this
I
show has
think
a big cast. It's not like
my
Konosuba where
problem-
it's like here's 4 characters you care about and that's it.
It's like Game of Thrones now. I feel to
Sure.
me. Like there's just too many people to follow, and there's too many things just going on
I could see that being valid.
now.
I mean, but
this,
Go ahead.
I was like the arc though, them assaulting the Yakuza base. I thought like that concept and the story was great.
Okay.
I love that.
You just didn't like taking a break and not even
Yeah,
a
I
break,
just-
just like breaking off with other groups of characters that
Even though it's like like Freeman brought up a good point. That was basically the Hollow Tower, right?
Pretty much.
Just
It was
like
we
my
have to go rescue what's her face or Hime.
Yeah, we got to rescue Orihime. It was literally that. So it's like whatever, I guess. Like I'm not gonna give it like huge demerits for it, right? It's not gonna tank how I feel about it overall. It's just like I just wasn't a fan of it. I would have just rather gotten to the point and like I should be thankful though at least for this part because at least it's not gonna be. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be like a long filler. You know?
No,
what I
we
mean?
seem to be almost near the end of this arc already.
Yeah,
It's
so
kind of because we're
like,
near the end of the season.
well,
Oh yeah, you're right. Shit.
You know what though? Like I'm fine with that as long as like when the next season picks back up. Like
Tyler, you know what? Maybe you should watch the movie then. Like I know I know it's like canon, but
There's
not
only
gonna get
4
talked
episodes
about.
left of the season, so they're not going to
Holy
start the next
shit.
arc.
that's fine. I'm okay with
But
that.
like the movie does a really good job of feeling like you're progressing somewhere with other characters that like you give a shit about. Plus the movie has a character in it that Freeman can attest everyone online who's read the manga is like, this is the greatest character in the entire show. I can't wait for him to be a part of the show. You know what I'm talking about, right,
I
Freeman?
mean, he's got a good voice actor. He does jack shit in this movie, but yes, I know who you're talking about.
Like the movie is fun because it has the whole ensemble going at it.
Maybe.
It's also
Like I don't know. I just like for some reason like I think I explained like why I don't really watch movies, right? Or like get into any
sure.
anime movies.
But I feel like it could give you that taste of something that you're looking for. Plus, we forgot to mention Endeavor's redesign. Oof. Can't wait for that to be in the show. He looks fucking badass. Freeman.
All right.
You like his design way more than I do. I haven't said anything on this because
Okay.
I think it's just very similar to his current one.
I mean,
but
it is similar, but they added he actually isn't just blue and red guy anymore.
I know.
They at least
I wanted
added
to get rid of the beard for like 5 minutes. I still think it looks ridiculous. Like it's cool as a mask, but to wear it like when you're at home, it's just like, come on, dude.
Oh,
Flame off.
like the face fire.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's never gonna stop because that's part of his visual design.
We've seen him in the past with like just a fire goatee, and that was fine.
Yeah, but that was like, oh my god, it's so goofy. Anyway, enough My Hero. Aiden, did you watch anything or play anything? You should step in for a second. You've been quiet.
Yeah. I started watching Devilman Crybaby,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
which it's quite an interesting show.
Yeah, that show's weird as fuck.
it's
it is very weird.
interesting.
Like it's just a trippy show.
Pretty sure I don't really like that show, having finished it forever ago, but it's definitely a wild ride. That's for goddamn sure.
Yeah. So where am I? I think I'm like on episode 5 or 6.
A devil man.
Like, goddamn, what a fucking like.
Did you get the episode where he does the run?
Oh yeah, dude, what the fuck? This like every
That summer was wild.
there are literally uncountable numbers of times already in this show where I have audibly said what the fuck.
Oh, and just wait.
Yes.
There's so much left.
Yeah, so I'm having a weird time with the show. I think it's good. I mean, like, I'm definitely not having a bad time with it. It's just very bizarre. It's a very
unique
bizarre
experience.
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
it
that's
You
really
only get
is.
away with it on Netflix.
It's the show that we like that we wouldn't recommend to anyone.
I see. I don't even know if I like it.
I like
Yeah,
it.
my other Weeb group actually, one enjoyed it, the other one thinks it's the most bizarre anime I've ever showed him, and said, "Don't show me anything like that again."
Damn.
Oh, wow.
So I
Wow.
can't wait to like sneak interspecies reviewers
Oh,
somewhere in there just to
no.
fuck with them.
Oh shit.
Like it's weird though, but it's easily not the weirdest shit I've seen.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know,
weird.
man. It is.
See, for me, it
It's
might be
up
the
there,
weirdest.
bro.
No, I've
It's up
seen
there.
some weird shit, man.
Like what? It's for. Give
What
me
is
an
weirder than
example
this? Yeah,
because
what
I
is weirder than
really
this?
can't think of anything.
Welcome to NHK is a little weirder. Paranoia Agent.
Paranoia Agent's weird as fuck. I love that too, by the way.
Fucking Higurashi's way weirder in certain points. Just makes you like hate yourself. God, I got my whole list to figure out what's weird.
Welcome to the NHK. I thought was kind of weird.
Yeah,
It's not that kind of weird, I guess. But it's weird.
I was going to this. I was about to say Devilman Crybaby. I'm like, no, that's the one we're talking about. I can't list
That's
that.
the one we're talking.
Yeah,
That's
that one
Devilman
doesn't
show.
count. Doesn't count here. So yeah, that was pretty much the only show that I've watched. I mean, like started to watch the first episode of Castlevania for season 3,
Yes.
but like I just didn't finish it because just busy, tired, whatever. Just couldn't do it.
All you need to do is get through episode 2 at least, so you can watch one of the funniest on-screen couple fights.
Oh, fantastic!
Tyler knows exactly what I'm talking about.
So yeah,
It's pretty
I'm
solid.
still trying to make my way through Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Man, talk about more weird shit.
This is nowhere near
Yeah,
as
only the movie is weird shit.
like fuck, man.
Nah, it's pretty weird.
It kind of is. When you know what's going on, it's obnoxious.
Yeah. Oh, and non-anime, I watched Spencer Confidential.
Oh yeah,
which-
another Netflix original.
Another Netflix original
Never even heard of it.
It's Mark Wahlberg. He is a Boston
Marky Mark and the Funky
police
Bunch.
officer because, of course,
Wasn't there? Okay, hold on. Wasn't there the Boston Marathon bombing movie where he was also a Boston cop?
I feel like he's a Boston cop.
He just has an accent, so he gets cast as that.
He's just a Boston cat. He's just Boston, okay?
Yeah,
He's
I
really-
I liked Tyler's theory though.
Oh, where he goes to jail at the end of The Departed, and that's like what he went to jail for, killing Matt Damon's character in The Departed.
Yeah.
Because that's the opening, right, of the movie. He gets out of jail.
He gets out of jail after
Yeah.
being in there for
So-
some crimes.
So is this a movie you're talking about,
It's a
Aiden?
movie.
Yeah, it's a movie. It's a little under 2 hours, I think. It's got everybody's favorite rapper, Post Malone.
How was the actual movie?
I actually liked it. Like, it is not like there are some really stupid things in the show, just like from a storytelling perspective. Like stupid on the levels of like John Wick, like you killed my dog, therefore I end all of you. It's like, hey, I went to high school with that guy. Let me get into some shit. So like that is like kind of dumb, but as a whole package, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's like it didn't take itself too seriously, so it wasn't like a hardcore like cop drama. But it wrote a decent line where like I wasn't just laughing my ass off, but I also, wasn't disengaged from what was happening. Like it was an engaging film. I had a good time with it, and I would recommend if you just want to watch like a basic police officer being a badass kind of movie.
Basic.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Maybe that's not the best word for it. That's all I can come up with right now.
Watch Training Day.
Yeah, you could also go watch Training Day.
Fuck them
But
up.
that's it for shit that I watched. That's all I got. I had a very, very slow entertainment week.
What about Tyler? Did you watch anything else? Any other watchables
Oh, did I watch anything else?
before we switch over to games?
Oh fuck, what did I watch? Jesus, I feel like I didn't do much. Yeah, I didn't really watch anything. There's like a ton of things that I told myself I would watch, but I haven't. The main things that were on my list were Altered Carbon and Castlevania, and I barely got a chance to chip away at those. That's about it.
Fair. I caught up on Haikyuu. Haikyuu is still fun. Looks like next episode we're finally going to start the big tournament arc, so woohoo. I look forward to
Tournament arcs, my favorite.
Yep.
Which is game after game after game.
Yeah, Freeman, I know we didn't get to episode 9 while I was there, but I just watched it last night. Yeah,
As did I.
We're at the tournament arc. Oh, nice.
Yes, I forgot. Someone brought up on Reddit how every team has a character who would be a main character in any other anime.
That's very true.
Every
Yo,
team
we
has like a
finally-
very distinct face.
We finally got to see the owl hair guy again. Yes.
Yeah, I was so confused. So The OVA doesn't make it apparent, but apparently that tournament that they're in the OVA really doesn't matter because there's 4 teams, and apparently there's 3 slots for Tokyo because there's so many teams. So only one gets eliminated, and they don't make it clear that it's not Owl Guy's team because he loses in the OVA. I'm like, damn, that was it. That's all we see of him. What a waste of a character. And then he came back yesterday, and I was like, oh, they brought him back. All right, great. I love this guy. I thought he was killed off.
Dude, he's great when he goes up to Hinata and he's like, Hinata, look at my favorite pupil. And it's like, wow, that's... Oh, man. It was cool to see all these characters kind of congregate together. Also, that comeback of like, yo, Freeman, talking a lot is a sign of nervousness. It's like, damn, clapping back.
I'm just pissed they split it into 2 halves of 12 because I feel like this tournament justifiably had a good amount of build-up, but like we're gonna have to wait again to the next season to see the rest of it. Like the build-up's not gonna pay off because we're not watching it.
Oh yeah, we're only gonna get 3 episodes and then stop, right?
Yeah.
Fucking.
So it'll be like 1 game.
So what you're saying is by the middle of April, all the shows that we care about watching right now are gonna be on their half-season break.
Yes, and it may go on longer depending on how the Mexican beer disease
Oh my
plays out.
god, this is ridiculous. Well, at least we're gonna get Food Wars back to bitch about how crap that's probably gonna be from the sound
I'm
of it.
so excited. I can't wait to watch the bullshit unfold.
I'm upset.
The ruining of a series. I can't, like, going into it knowing it's gonna be trash.
It's already bad though.
No, but like knowing like I know what they're gonna do. Like I can't believe it the first time I heard it. But like knowing how bad they're gonna ruin this means that I'm just gonna laugh at it as opposed to be ashamed at it.
I used to really enjoy that show, like a lot.
Oh, I know. I gave season 1
Talked
and 2
about it on
10 out
here
of 10.
plenty of times.
Fucking, why does everybody have to Game of Thrones themselves? Like, actually.
See, but here's the thing. Like, they didn't... This is like a reverse Game of Thrones where the original thing turned to shit and then everyone was like, "What? You're not going to animate this, right? Because this barely got another season of anime."
And JC Staff is like, "You're right. We're not going to animate this."
A PowerPoint does not count as animation.
God damn.
But yeah, it's like the opposite, where it's like the source material turned crap, and everyone's like, okay, the adaptation's clearly going to stop then. And they're like, nope, full steam ahead on the adaptation, too. Oh, boy.
Yep.
We're all very excited.
Can we get like a fucking... Can we get a Food Wars Brotherhood?
Oh my god, that'd be so great.
Like, I need.
The problem is being faithful to source material isn't going to save it.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of the exact opposite problem, but you catch my meaning.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Last very minor thing from me, the room camp is still cute. That's it. It's still literal 2-minute cuteness things. That's it. All we need is more laid back camp. But Freeman started me and Val on Ascendance of a Bookworm, which is great.
Wholesome fun for the whole family.
What a wholesome fun. That was also hilarious to watch as a group.
Man, why am I even friends with you guys? All you just watch is wholesome shit.
Tyler, I just told you Castlevania Season 3 is like...
I literally showed you guys... I showed you guys interspecies reviewers last time, and everyone gave me weird-ass looks the whole time. I had to balance it out somehow.
Weird-ass looks? We were all laughing our asses off. Dude, we were all laughing hysterically watching interspecies reviewers. Holy shit. Even Val was laughing. That was when you know it was funny.
I thought she was just uncomfortable the whole time.
No, it was... I think it was more like a little uncomfortable, but also just laughing at how dumb it was.
Gotcha.
Freeman, is there anything that we missed in all of this that you watched?
I'm almost done watching Astra Lost in Space. The plot thickens. Somehow that show manages to always end on a cliffhanger, and I'm very excited to finally finish that. In terms of video games, I beat the main campaign for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. I beat the final boss right when he dropped his mixtape.
Coming down like...
but now I have to like figure out how the end game works, because despite the fact that this game loves to just throw prompts to you explaining everything to you, they just don't explain the end game.
They don't explain anything to you.
So I've got to learn it.
Yeah, the Guiding Lands really was just like, here's 3 very short paragraphs about what this is.
Figure out how it works.
Go to the wiki and read the 5 paragraphs on how this works instead of 3 sentences.
Yeah,
Pretty
like
much.
Per system.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a little too much going on. But of course it's fun, and I want to play some more of it before I get tired and stop. but that is it for me.
Aiden, any games we didn't talk about?
Oh God, let's see. I started playing Blasphemous again.
Ooh.
Oh hell yeah.
Didn't you
which
also...
is
Never mind. Keep going.
what's up?
No, I'll bring it up after. No. Finish
Okay.
Blasphemous, then I have a question.
Been playing Blasphemous, which is fucking great. I love it. Thematically fantastic game. Like they really drive home that fucking like dark age Christianity theme.
I put the blood helmet on my head.
It's the fucking greatest
love
scene
it.
I've ever seen in my life.
Love that scene.
Obviously Halo. I picked up Mortal Kombat 11.
What happened to your baby? Wait a minute. When I left last week, it was fighters all time.
Yes, and it still is. But the problem with I have a very
Oh
bizarre fighter love triangle happening right now.
Oh boy, triangle.
So like when it comes to Dragon Ball Fighters, like it's me and two other guys. Me and the one guy are like fucking on point. Like we're fucking going back and forth. It's almost always a really close game. Other dude gets his ass beat. But he is like a master of Street Fighter. So I can't touch him in Street Fighter, or like Mortal Kombat and shit like that. So I was like, fuck it, I like Mortal Kombat. I'm gonna get good at Mortal Kombat and beat your ass just so you know who the boss is.
Damn,
So
Jesus fucking
that's the
Christ.
plan. That's the plan with Mortal Kombat.
So what is the triangle though, or is it just those two games?
And Street Fighter. Street
okay.
Fighter 2.
Okay, gotcha. My question was gonna be, I thought I saw you online on No Man's Sky last night.
Yes, I
Ooh.
was getting there. there.
Okay.
I have once again picked up No Man's Sky, which I've put a surprising amount of time into that game, like before all of the updates. I took a break about 5 updates ago, and like, God, is this game completely different now?
Really?
Like, there is so much going on with this game now. I mean, like, the core gameplay loop is still there, like, collect minerals and do this and that, and you have to fucking combine shit to, like, make better items and yada yada yada. But, like, exploration feels more rewarding now. They actually have a story mode in the game. Base building is way more flushed out. Shit like they actually they have like a community hub area now.
Wait, hold on. Actual serious question on base building. I didn't understand when they announced it, but isn't the game mostly about like traveling around? Like, if you build a base, doesn't it defeat the purpose?
No.
Does your
Not at
base
all.
come with you?
No, but you can always teleport back to your base.
Gotcha.
Every space station in the entire galaxy, unless it's an uninhabited system, will have a portal that you can take back to your base.
Okay.
So you can go out and be an explorer and fucking do your thing, and hey, like, I found this cool planet, let me drop a base here or whatever. Like, you can still do shit like that, but then there are people who are like, I'm gonna set up a chlorine farm and make $4 billion an hour.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's they've added a lot of really cool things. I'm working on a quest to get my alien spaceship. So
See, every time it comes up, I'm like, should I buy this game? But I don't want to play it by myself. Is the problem?
I'd play it though.
if you pay more than $20 for it, I would say it's not worth it.
How much is it going for now? Is it still at full price? They have it marked down to 30.
No Man's.
No Man's Wallet.
I can check the store page really quick. It
It
still
is $60.
$60.
Jesus.
Oh well, it looks like at some point I made a mistake and purchased it on Steam, so I have it. It's just not installed right now.
Oh, amazing. But yeah, I mean, like, and I think it's very, I mean, the community feels the same way about it. It's almost at a 90% on Steam for most recent
it says
reviews.
very positive right now. 88% in the last 30 days.
Like, they have just done so much stuff with this, and you know what? Like, kudos to Hello Games. They fucked up 4 years ago when this game came out, but like,
4 years.
by God,
They
have
worked
they
hard and
just
fixed it.
like they did some good work, and I will most certainly applaud them for that.
Well, shit, Freeman. When it goes on sale, I'll get it and we can try it out together.
All right.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe 20 is a little too cheap. I would say this is definitely worth 30. If you can get it on sale for 30,
Alright,
you'll
so-
get your money's worth.
So next sale, when it inevitably goes 50% off, I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I probably will not.
Yeah, you and
That's
Luigi
fine, you don't have to.
are not those kind of
Target
gamers.
audience.
Yeah.
Not even much of a gamer these
Is
days.
that everything? Oh my. Is that-
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't. I mean, I'm still trying to make my way through like Resident Evil 7, but that's like on and off.
Tyler, have you played anything besides Halo?
Sadly, no.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty upsetting, actually.
Well, that's why we're gonna end the podcast in a minute here. Even though we'll have spent over half the or almost an hour out of an hour and a half podcast talking about what we played and watched this week, we will still end early.
We got to
so
start
can
being
go
more
play games.
entertaining.
Freeman, any games or anything?
I already talked about mine.
Oh yeah. And I randomly decided to reinstall and replay through Evil Within 2. That game is still a lot of fun. I'm kind of playing through New Game Plus right now, but I don't think I'm probably not gonna finish it. I tried Dishonored 2. I don't know if that was the mood I was in, but man, am I not jiving with that game yet. I did only play the first mission, but man, like, oof, I don't know. Something about it just felt weird to me, so I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again in a little bit. Me and Aiden still haven't made more progress on Dark Souls 3. At this point, I should just start playing through and be like, I'll summon in for Aiden if he ever plays it again.
I will. I've just been, man. I had to go live this week, and
Oh, I know.
I just
I know
wanted
you've
to
been busy.
die.
Don't worry. But yeah, other than that, playing Halo and Doom Eternal just got pre-ordered today, so that'll be happening soon. And I also bought and still haven't played Yakuza Kiwami 2. I still need to play through that entire game in the near future because definitely want to play that game. But
Oh, fun fact: you're getting the free deluxe edition.
wait, what?
Yeah, they announced today that if you own Yakuza 0 or Kiwami and Kiwami 2, you get the free upgrade to the deluxe edition for PC.
What is the deluxe edition?
I don't know.
Well, shit, I gotta
I
look
just
into
know that
this.
it's happening.
Maybe I'll wait to play it to find out what the fuck the deluxe edition is. But anyway, we're going to end the podcast here. Thank you all so much for listening to our ramblings. We will be back probably next week. I don't think we have anything at least known yet that we're not going to make it for. But
You never know.
Yeah, anything can happen in this crazy corona world. But either way, thank you all so much for listening. My name is Timpedia.
I'm Friedman.
It's just Tyler.
Just AIDS.
And we'll catch you guys hopefully next week. Thanks for listening.